This looks like a video, right? Well, it is, but it's also my wallpaper. Check this out. Pretty cool stuff, right? I'm going to show you in this video how you can make videos your wallpaper, how you can have interactive wallpaper, and how you can have live wallpaper that moves around. Stick around, guys. It's going to be a cool one. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how to get some really cool wallpapers. These are actually what they call live wallpapers, and even in some cases interactive wallpapers. So Windows 11 comes with some really gorgeous wallpapers by default. This is not one that I'm talking about, but they have some really nice scenery, landscape, and it almost looks 3D in some cases. I forget the terminology, but they have done some um, improvements with their wallpapers, but this kind of takes things to a whole new level where your wallpaper moves around and, again, interactive in some cases. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Alright guys, so head over to the Microsoft Store, and then you're going to download and install an application called Lively Wallpapers. I've already got it installed, but I'll just show you what it looks like so that you know you're getting the right one. It's this guy right here. Make sure you get the one with this icon, Lively Wallpaper. So go ahead and get that installed and then come back and launch it. For this demo, I did set my taskbar to auto hide just because it looks cooler when it's completely full screen with the wallpaper. So go ahead and launch your Lively Wallpaper app, and this is the one that I have set up by default, but we can take a look at some of the settings here. So the app should be running in your taskbar, so you'll want to open that up to get into the settings of it. This pops up for me each time. I've already done this, so I'm just going to ignore it because it's obviously working. So I'm not sure if there's a way to suppress this or not, but I am getting this error even though, again, mine's working just fine. Alright, so a really cool one, guys, is the Matrix Rain, and this is the one I wanted to show you guys for this video, but I'm going to walk through a few of these other ones too. I haven't checked them all out, so we'll take a first look at a few of these together. Each one of these also has some additional settings, right? So we can set as wallpaper, which is obviously what we already did, but then we can come in here and we can customize it. So we could change the speed of the rain to go really slow. We could change the color of the rain. Maybe we want to make it blue. See, that's really cool stuff. And then another thing to take into account, guys, this is a Windows 11 virtual machine. This should also work on Windows 10, Windows 11. It doesn't have to be a VM. It could be a desktop, laptop, etc. But one thing to remember or take note of is if you guys have two monitors, I do, but this virtual machine is only using one. If you have two monitors, you're going to want to come in here to the settings and go to the, where was it? Hold on one second here, guys. Customize. That's not it. There's a section here for two monitors. Here it is right at the top. Okay, so you're going to want to come here. And if you have two monitors, you're going to want to either span across both screens, or you're going to want to duplicate. Just depends on which wallpaper you have selected and what you want to do. Like, for example, if you use this, I don't know how you say it, Medusa, basically if you use the jellyfish, you're probably going to want to do duplicate, because if you do span, it's going to put that jellyfish right in the middle of your two monitors and it looks kind of dumb because then you just have a half a jellyfish on the very end of each monitor. So play around with it, have some fun with it. It is very cool. Like I said, there is one, at least one in here that I know is interactive, that being the periodic table. So let's take a look at that one now. Alright, so we have the periodic table, and again, we can hover over these things and they actually pop out. Also, a thing you can do is highlight the category, so alkali metals, and that'll only bring up the alkali metals. You do the same thing for metalloids, other non-metals, etc., etc., and even the unknowns. What does that mean, unknown? Are these from outer space or something? I don't know. I'm not a periodic table wizard. At one point I knew these, definitely don't know them anymore. Alright, so if you want to modify, or change I should say, or interact with the app, again, you just need to bring up your taskbar. It's either going to be here if you have it open. If not, it'll be in your system tray. So you can click on it from there to bring it back up. Alright, and you can even add, it looks like you can add new ones. Select the web URL you entered as a wallpaper. So it looks like you can even put in a YouTube video maybe. That's interesting. We'll have to test that out, guys. See all supported file types as wallpaper. Set all supported file types as wallpaper. Advanced, create a dynamic. Ooh, use AI, transform photographs into 3D. That looks like it might be cool. Upload a photo and then use AI to give it some 3D depth, maybe. All right, so maybe we'll try to plug in a video URL and see what it does there towards the end. But let's take a look at a few of these other ones. This one's cool too, guys. So I think this is really neat, right? Like this isn't a screensaver. This is your actual, oh, and it's following the mouse. That is cool. I mean, I could see where that might get annoying after a while, but that's pretty neat. So this, like I said, this isn't a wallpaper, right? This is a, I'm sorry, this is not a screensaver. This is your actual wallpaper. So you could be in the middle of working and you've got all this cool stuff going on in the background. Given this probably isn't for everyone and maybe you don't want to leave it forever, but I do think it's a really cool trick. And if you have kids, they would probably enjoy something like this as well. Alright, so let's see what the living room does. A lively room with music, visualizer. Huh. That's interesting. I don't think this one's interactive, but nonetheless, it's pretty cool. It actually has the system clock time on the little clock there. That's a cool detail. And then you've got some moving static on the screen. Pretty neat. Let's check out another one. We already looked at the rain. I think we looked at the jellyfish in the very beginning, but we'll pull it up one more time. Yeah, so this, you can kind of move the direction of them just by clicking the screen and then moving him around. Looks like a three-dimensional transparent jellyfish. Jellyfish are very fascinating. If you've ever seen them in an aquarium, just very neat, unique, different type of species, whatever you want to call them. Very cool. All right, music TV. Little MTV action, maybe. Yeah, that brings back some memories right there. I used to have a unit that looked similar to that. And you'd get a lot of that static. You had the rabbit ears up there. You had to move them around. Get Beavis and Butthead going. Alright, let's check out this one. Looks like maybe some... Oh, okay. I thought those were little, like, Star Wars jet fighters or something. These are... looks like clouds. Oh, that's neat. You can kind of move it around with your mouse. Different. That might make you dizzy after a while, though. Get seasick. Okay, we looked at the periodic table. Let's look at the protein clouds. Interesting. I've heard of like cumulus clouds and stratus clouds. I don't know that I've heard of protein clouds. That's kind of cool looking. A little trippy. Okay, now rain. It's actually raining right here right now. Oh, that's cool. That looks really neat. Oh, I kind of like that. That looks like you're up against a window and rain's falling down in real time. This is neat. I like that one. Be cool to have this up on a rainy day, especially if you're in an office with no windows. There you go. Now you've got a picture of the rain. Simple system. Looks like a motherboard, maybe. Okay, there it is. Oh, interesting. So it's actually pulling my specs. This is my Ryzen 7 7700X. This is what I've given the virtual machine, so 8 gigs of RAM and the gigabit network connection. That's kind of neat. Gives you a little bit of system information and a picture of a, this is obviously not the right motherboard, although it does look a little similar to what I'm running, Tomahawk, but that's not it. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Let's see, we were here at the hill. What is the hill? The hills have eyes. Okay, that's different. You're kind of just coasting through a hill there. I don't see any way to interact with it, but it does have the date, Sunday, May 5th, 24. This was the day after May the 4th be with you. And it has a clock too, so that's neat. All right, last but not least, triangles and light. This one does have some interactiveness to it, so if you move this around, the light kind of follows you, lights up the triangles. Lights up the triangles on the screen there as you go, so that's cool. So yeah, Just want to share this trick with you guys. If you've never seen um, desktop wallpaper that's, you know, moving around, it's live and even interactive, this is a very easy way to get that up and going for you. I remember first seeing this in my first IT class when I was in a trade school, and I was like, wow, that looks cool. One of the kids had it. Found out later on that kid didn't know much about computers, but he did know how to get a cool wallpaper on there, and I never did figure out how he did it at that time. I think we were running, gosh, what were we running? XP back then, maybe? Might have been 7. XP or 7. It was a long time ago, though. And he had a cool wallpaper that was moving around, like kind of trippy. So he probably used a different method, obviously, way back then. I'm sure just another app, but this is a very easy way to do it in Windows 11. And I think this should work on Windows 10 as well, guys, as long as you can get this lively wallpaper app on there. Let's take a look, though. Where was that other setting? Okay, so let's take a look at a URL. I'm not sure what video this is going to be, but let's just plug it in. Hopefully it's nothing bad. Okay, it looks like a sample video of Big Buck Bunny. So let's try that out. Oh, wow. No way. Okay, there's also some sound that goes with it, so I'll turn my desktop audio on. I'll turn it down a little. So this is actually playing the video and the audio as my wallpaper. That's really cool. There's a little lag here, guys. I'm not sure if that's the application or that I'm running this in a virtual machine. But this is neat. This is the wallpaper, guys. Look, I can bring up apps in front of it. It's just going to continue to play that video in the background. Now, for some reason, the audio just stopped. I don't know if that's because I brought an app up. Yeah. So maybe that's by default. It's kind of a focus thing. Okay, now he's working on an app. I like that. I don't know if that's adjustable, but it looks like it cuts off the audio of the wallpaper, aka the video, which is now my wallpaper, when I open up an app. So if I minimize that, we get our audio back. So it's kind of like, hey, the boss walked in. Oh, nothing going on here. I'm just doing my work. All right, he's gone. Back to the movie. This is cool. I don't know if any of you guys knew about this, but if you did, let me know what you've done with it. All right, so if you're done here and you want to go back to just a regular wallpaper, you do need to close out this app. So if you just exit it, boom, now you're back to your default wallpaper, because it's not actually changing your quote-unquote Windows desktop wallpaper. It's an application that's just kind of laying over that wallpaper. So in your display settings, it won't show that as your wallpaper, right? Because this would still be your actual Windows wallpaper at the end of the day. It's just that app is running and again overlaying all that. So really cool stuff, guys. Lively wallpapers, very cool application. You can do a lot with it, obviously. Some really cool ones that are built in, and then you could get really creative. It looks like they had an AI plugin where you can upload photos and do some 3D animation stuff with that. And then there were some other file types that I haven't even looked at that you could upload and transfer those into lively wallpapers as well. But I think that video feature was really cool. Maybe I should do that to all of my coworkers, make them watch my YouTube videos all day and put that as their wallpaper, push out a group policy or something for it. Just kidding, of course, but you can see where your imagination could go with that. You could force a video and play a prank or whatever, right? So what do you guys think? I think this is a very awesome application, and it makes having interactive animated wallpapers super simple. So you can deploy them, change them, modify them, go back to your regular Windows wallpaper with very little effort. Alright guys, appreciate you watching the video. I hope you like this. If you think it's cool, consider sharing this with your friends. Drop me a comment. If you haven't done so, please subscribe, guys. We're trying to reach 10,000 subs by the end of the year, so definitely need all your help. Alright guys, I hope you all have a great day. Until the next one, take care.